Okay, in about 72 hours, we had one of the best virtual concerts in Ghana. That was the Ghana Urban Gospel virtual concert. And I'm here with me, someone, one of the brains behind the concert. Someone, welcome.
Thank you very much, Vincent. Thanks for having me.
Okay, I would like to congratulate you guys for doing a very great job, man.
God bless you.
After the show, I went to social media and the comments that were flowing. People from outside the country, Ghanaians were talking about the show. How did you feel about it?
For me as an event organizer, it tells me that we did a great job. Our sacrifices was worth it. It wasn't an easy 2.5 weeks. We planned this. We got the idea for the show 2.5 weeks, and we used 2 weeks to.
Please, do you mind taking off your mask?
So we had the idea for the show like 2.5 weeks before the show. And then we used 2 weeks to organize it. That means that everything that we were doing in our lives, we had to alter it. We had to put all those things aside and sacrifice to make this thing happen.
Okay, Samuel, so to those who don't know, I would like you to introduce yourself to them.
So my name is Samuel, the Christ Junkie. I'm a poet, I'm a rapper, I'm a spoken word artist. I'm one of the pioneers of urban gospel in Ghana and one of the pioneers of spoken word poetry as well. I'm an event organizer, a talent and a purpose advocate.
You do everything, sir.
Small.
Okay, so Samuel, I want to ask you, how did you come about the event?
So we all know we are in a pandemic, and then due to this pandemic, artists have had to reinvent themselves and be innovative.
True.
It's hindered our progress as people. It's hindered our progress as normal human beings to live a normal life and everything. So we decided we are going to do something for ourselves, you know. And I had to postpone my own concert before the whole event. I was on tour. I had so many schools booked down. Other urban gospel artists had their own tours and stuff. So with this pandemic coming to us unexpectedly, we had to reinvent ourselves. And so the lockdown gave us the time to think and reflect and see the things we could do. And I realized that majority of everybody was in the house during the lockdown, and the youth are the main people who enjoy urban gospel, and we're going to take urban gospel to them in their schools, churches and stuff. And now the pandemic has ended them. So what do? We need to take the message of Jesus Christ to them through urban gospel whilst they're in the house. So we decided to have a virtual concert. So I, my manager and my team decided to have our own event, and then we later have a women concert. So as we were building the idea, we realized that we needed to record in a live studio, and we had to stream it, or we had to record it, and then we cut it, and then we upload it on YouTube. And so I decided to look around and ask for the best studios. You don't just get up and go to any studio to record. So I looked around and asked people who had already been to the studio. So I noticed Jay Shady, Minister Kofi, had recorded one beautiful song in the studio. So I was like, yo, Charlie, this place has a very good production. So let me find out from them where they recorded it, and then I'll see what's up. So I hit up Restus, his manager.
Okay.
Shout out to my bro, he's my right hand man. Charlie, we did everything together by the grace of God. So I contacted Restus and I asked him where they're going to have their next event. And it's like, oh, they're going to have it at CJ Multimedia.
Okay.
And fortunately for me, I already knew CJ Multimedia, but I knew they had an international standard studio and state-of-the-art equipment. So, but I knew I didn't have the budget for that. So I put that aside. That way in the future we're going to do something there. So when he told me about it, he sent me a video of the place, and as soon as I saw the place, I was like, so how much do they charge? I was like, oh, 1K for the live instruments, everything, and then they'll stream for you. So when he told me 1K streaming,
like 1K for the whole day?
Okay. But you're going to get state-of-the-art equipment, and when you finish doing the show, you're going to get your own video, makes it properly, everything that is like a steal. Like,
that's worth it,
yeah, very, very good deal. So as soon as he told me, I asked him, I was like, yeah, it's a very good deal. I was like, yo, if our people were serious, we could have done a virtual concert for ourselves. And he was like, yeah. And he told me, and I was like, yeah, too.
What do you mean by when your people are serious?
What I mean is that I'm one of the founders of Urban Gospel. We built the movement on togetherness.
Okay.
Over the last few years.
You splitted.
Yeah, like everybody's doing their own thing. And occasionally some of us come together to do stuff. But like this is the first time we've all come together to do things on our own. And the way Urban Gospel is, for us to thrive, we have to come together, push, and then we can do our individual stuff, but we will still help each other with our individual stuff. So I was like, yo, if we were serious about it and ready to commit and ready to work hard to make this happen, we could actually pull this off. And he was like, it's possible. And he told Restus said it's possible. I was like, yeah, it's like if we get 20 people contributing 100 CDs, we can rent the studio for 2K, and then we can even ask the studio for an additional 30 or 1 hour to do other stuff. So I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, even if we don't get the 20, we can get 10 people that will sold 200 CDs to support the event. We can pay for this thing. Now we'll get all the necessary people to make sure it happens. But I didn't have a lot of cash on me. The rest of the studio also didn't have the cash on him. So the two of us were willing to actually pay that 2K, but we didn't have that. So we was like, Corona. And we just came from the lockdown. They had just lifted the lockdown. That was like 4 days after they lifted the lockdown. So we're like, nah, Charlie, even if we are going to tell people to sue, it's going to be hectic. But let's look around and see the people we know, they can help us. So let's call some of the artists, let's call some of the promoters, let's call the people that come into your head. You know, when you're sitting down to think about names of so many people, it's difficult. So you have to take your time and say, okay, you to contact the people you can contact. You need to let me contact the people I can contact. And so we spoke like an hour in the night. It was Thursday dawn into Friday dawn. We took like an hour and a half deciding how we're going to talk about it. And when you call the artist, you don't just call them like, oh, there's a show. Explain whatever you want we are going to do, what we are trying to achieve, break it down for them, and then ask them to come on board. So that's what basically we did, and the rest is history.
Okay, so as you know, I'd like to ask, what was the main objectives for the concert?
Okay, so one, definitely Jesus is the center of it all.
For sure.
Jesus is urban gospel. Without Jesus, everything we are doing is foolish.
Jesus is urban gospel.
Yeah, Jesus is urban gospel. Without Jesus, everything we are doing is foolish and stupid. So that's what we wanted to do, and also wanted to let people know that in the midst of the storms, they should still look out to Jesus. You get it? So the period of Thanksgiving and stuff. So even though we are in a pandemic, people shouldn't be too worried about the negative stuff. They should keep their eyes on Jesus. That's the second thing. And the third thing is we wanted to reintroduce urban gospel to the world. That is those who knew urban gospel and they for some reason had misconceptions or hadn't seen us in a long time or heard from us in a long time. We are reintroducing ourselves to them, and then we are also projecting urban gospel to the world and bringing and uniting all the artists, because like I said, the foundation of urban gospel was built on togetherness, and then over the years we've been doing our own individual things. It's good to do our own individual things, but we shouldn't do it to alienate the spirit of unity. So we wanted to do this to bring everybody together, from media, promoters, organizers.
That's good.
By the grace of God.
Okay. So in your own opinion, do you think you met the objectives of the concert?
Beyond reasonable doubt, because one of the things that is associated with urban gospel is a negative cloud about urban gospel that we had to live towards that. Like every time, it's just a few of us that give excellence. Most, even if they do it, the talent is there. We have the talent. We have people that keep up, but because of lack of finance, lack of opportunities, and the resources to actually do stuff, people are limited in how they do things. So it's just a few people are doing stuff that are quality, that can go out there. So it's like the whole community as a whole, like individually, when we're talking about we as urban gospel doing things for ourselves, the standard hasn't been too high. Except
so you are trying to say most urban gospel artists do not do quality stuff due to financial reasons? No, we do. But I'm not saying all. I'm saying some of them.
Definitely, even in the music industry as a whole, not everybody is doing quality stuff. There are some people that have quality music videos, but the music is crap. Excuse my language, I like to say it's crap. I don't like to use crap for anybody's creative thing, because I'm a creator.
That's true.
It's painful to. I know how difficult it is to, but I'm just using the word crap so just people to understand what I'm saying. Some people say trash. I don't believe that.
It's too harsh.
Yeah, vicious and stuff. So basically, there are some people that have quality videos. They go to the best producers, but the music is not good. And there are some people that are very talented. They have little, and they make the most out of it. And we all know that if they had just a little sponsorship or push, a way back. You know what I'm trying to say? So that was the thing, that is some of the things people were saying about urban gospel, and we had to clear that misconception. So the main place we were going to do the show or have the show was at CJ. If it wasn't CJ, we weren't having it. Because it's international standard. The cameras, 4K, black magics, the reds, state of the art equipment, the sound quality is there, lighting is there, LED is there, and production wise we don't have to worry. And as artists, all we had to think about was what we were going to do on the day. Our performances, our administrations, that's all we had to do. We had to think about promoting the show and stuff. But and so
you mentioned along the way that 1K for 1 hour.
Yeah, 1K for.
How were you able to fund Process Plan?
So yeah, so as I said a while ago, Restless and I said we were going to, we wanted to foot the bill ourselves, but we didn't have the resources.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, then we need to find people that can sow seed. So if you can sow a seed,
Okay.
just
Did they sow seed?
yeah, some people. As soon as we created a group, some 2-3 people paid. It was one of the things that encouraged us to go because we spoke late in the night, 1 hour 30 minutes
Okay.
until Friday 1 a.m. thereabout. By Friday 7 a.m. Restus and I were chatting again, and he created a group. As soon as he created a group, added 2-3 people, less than 5 minutes, 2 people paid
Wow.
200 cedis each
Wow.
to help. So we were like, yo, anybody that has money, don't even, if you have money to support, just drop the money. Don't wait, just drop the money so that we can get the money and now we can go and have a meeting with CJ
Yeah.
and then we can see whether we can. But we made calls and then we actually called, we are part of the people that led us to the studio. We're actually going to go there ourselves, but we were like, we weren't going to do it without everybody's contribution. And the right thing to do is if you have, if you know somebody who can help us, why should we go and start the whole process?
That's true.
When we can come to you. So
That's
we
true.
contacted people and people told us, you told us somebody we can go to,
Yeah.
right? And you told us Teddy OT can help us get the place. So it's like, okay, so Restless and I were like, we are not going to that place without Teddy.
You are telling the truth.
Because when you drew my attention to it, I remember that, yo, Jamming Jesus was the same man who shot for.
True.
So I was like, no, then we are not going there without Teddy. Teddy too is very busy with his Face of Faith, donation.
That guy is a very busy guy.
So we had to wait till, we started Friday, we had to wait till Monday to get Teddy to go. So fortunately Monday we went to CJ and we spoke to him and the man was like, oh, since it's all of you that is coming, he made us realize that, he made us feel like we are very good, we are talented, but we don't like doing things together.
Okay.
So since we are coming together to do something, he's going to give it to us.
It means that initiative you bring about bringing people together was a
was
very
perfect,
good idea.
and that's what CJ is about. Because CJ, even though he's a businessman, he's into the gospel industry. And he's my gospel person.
That's true.
He rents sound for all the top gospel artists. You know, in his like, he's been renting sound for them, stage lighting and everything, cameras, all their music videos. Sometimes they come in. Often I know they're going to rent cameras for CJ. So CJ knows us very, very well. And through shooting Jamming Jesus, he knows us very well. So once we went there, CJ was like, hey, once you guys trying to do something big, this is going to be one of your biggest events you've ever done. So I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm a father. I would love to support it. So I don't want you guys to pay. I'm giving it to you for free.
For free.
I'm going to give you 4 hours.
The whole 4 hours.
4 hours state-of-the-art equipment. You see, the equipment over there, this is a lifetime. You don't just get up and get this equipment. It means you have to work harder to buy this equipment. And he has state-of-the-art equipment.
Okay, let me give you time to give shout outs to CJ.
CJ Multimedia, Mr. Joe say, shout outs to all the team. In CJ Little, all the camera guys, the lighting guys, they're all family right now. They love Urban Gospel. On the day of the show, they were going crazy for our songs administration. Shout outs to the whole team, CJ TV, CJ Multimedia, Mr. Joe say, your family. God bless you very much for supporting the gospel industry. God bless you so much for supporting Urban Gospel. History will remember you for as one of the people that played a part in Urban Gospel growing, ascending the throne. So thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Say shout outs to you once again. We'll come see you again.
Talk about artists. I wrote that like all the big guys in the industry were on it. How were you able to bring all of them along?
When you've done something for a long time and you've been able to attain success for yourself, and you've also been having a great working relationship with people, you respect people, you value people, and people see your hard work and your sacrifice. When you go to them that, oh, I'm trying to do something that is going to help all of us. Actually, it's not for me, it's for us. You get it? The concept wasn't for Restus and me and the rest of the team. It was for Urban Gospel. We're doing it strictly for Urban Gospel. We had to live our lives, our family, businesses, and stuff to
you get it.
No. I'll be people in the team. People are married. The team are married. People have multiple businesses. They do. I have to sacrifice. I could literally be sleeping. Or I could be writing music and doing so many things. But we have to leave all that behind. Now the little money we have on us, we have to be running around with it, trying to put things together. So it was a sacrifice. So we contacted all these people, and then we had to do.
Did any artist talk about money?
Nobody asked for money. Like I said, if you've been doing this for a long time and you are one of the founding fathers of a movement, everybody understands where you're coming from and you have a good relationship with them. They know what you're about, they know what you do, and you are putting something that is great. That is bigger than them. That is bigger than the money they are going to, whatever amount of money you're going to collect is peanuts.
True.
As compared to the impact of the event and how great the success of the event is going to bless everybody.
Yeah.
So nobody at any point in time even waste my money. As soon as I call them, I explain to them this is what we are trying to do. They listen like, yo, Charlie, don't talk. I didn't inside. Now continue. So anybody I pick the phone to call, they're like, yo, Sama, not to cut you, but I did inside. Now continue, explain. So they like less than 1 minute, 2 minutes into the conversation, you know you have to recheck on everybody. But 1 minute, 2 minutes into the conversation, like, yo, Charlie, we are Kasabi brain. I already did inside. But continue, give me the breakdown.
What was the most difficult aspect of planning the event?
Fortunately for us, because the studio had everything, the production burden was not on us. It was on the studio. All we had to do was plan the arrangement of the show. That was tedious, but that wasn't really tedious because we know the artists, we are familiar with the artists. I have an experience in organizing events. I've organized 14 concerts on my own.
Wow,
Plus, thank you very much. Plus, other concerts we've organized together with other people, at least 50 of them. So I have an experience there. Rest to Jay Shady. We've organized 5 events. It's part of his church media team and organization. So we all have a background idea of organizing events. So it wasn't really a problem. The only thing we really had to focus on the content of the show, the execution, and then trying to promote the show because we wanted the world to really hear about it. So if anything was moving around trying to promote the show, the media tour, it was difficult, but it was fun too. And it was beautiful. The experience was good.
Days before the program, I saw on my social media a group of young guys. We're talking about favoritism, Urban Gospel being clicked. Every concert has only the preachers, the King's Kid, the Isaiah, the someone. How do you feel about when you hear this kind of stuff? Were you moved like did they affect the planning of the concert?
By the grace of God, no. Because if you know what you're about, you know what to do. When the Black Stars of Ghana are going to play the World Cup, do we select every footballer?
No.
Is it possible to select every footballer in Ghana? Even some of the best are even left behind.
True, that's true.
You get it. So it's not about favoritism or anything. If you work hard, if you make an impact, it will be very difficult for anybody to overlook you. If you look at me as someone, I've made an impact in urban gospel, I've made an impact in spoken word. So much so that if you're talking about spoken word gospel, somebody can tell you that I'm the godfather of it in the world of gospel. You get what I'm trying to say? And so anything that has to do with urban gospel, I'll always be mentioning that this is one of the top artists because I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing, and I'm critically acclaimed for what I do by the grace of God. So it's not about favoritism and stuff. We decided to make the show very diverse. Initially, we wanted to have representatives from various regions. So in as much as we were blending the OGs and the young ones and those who work hard, we're going to pick, this guy is from Volta region, let's pick a Volta region representative. Let's pick an Eastern region representative, Cape Coast, Takrady representative, that's for the Western region. So that at least we'll have like all the other regions also. But due to the fact that we are in a pandemic and we have to adhere to social protocols, traveling and stuff is not safe. You get it, all that. So you need to understand that the bigger picture is way important than, this one should perform, that one should perform. There are so many OGs that were competent, that were on the shows too. You get what I'm trying to say? So it wasn't about favoritism, it wasn't about that. And urban gospel is associated with, there are so many artists that have pushed urban gospel and put urban gospel on the map. When you're doing an official urban gospel concert and those people are not seen at this point, the show is never taken serious. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of life. If you're doing,
we've had a couple of shows with someone not on it, with preachers, with King's Kid, but less success.
Yeah, because you have preachers there, you have King's Kid there. The same way we have this show, we didn't have somebody like Regardless there. Belak was on the show, but he wasn't there. He's a young guy doing very well, but he wasn't there because he was ill. Call Me Nazareth, one of our biggest urban gospel artists, right? He also was sick. He actually came to the venue, but he couldn't go on stage. So the fact that they weren't part of it doesn't mean that the show wasn't successful. It doesn't mean that we didn't make an impact. Because think about it, when we started Urban Gospel Movement, we were about 30 or 50 artists. But right now, how many are we? It was the battles the 50 and the 30 artists fought.
What has brought about this?
Exactly. So it's not always about, this one has to perform. Sometimes you need to put your best. Sometimes there are artists that may not even have been doing anything the last 1 year. But their impact in urban gospel, it can't be overlooked. So any day when you call them and bring them, they are going to kill and execute for everybody. So why would I leave such people out and say, oh, there's this young person coming, he's doing well, so we should just put him on? No, if you are young, whether you are old, so long as you are competent and you deserve to be someone by night, we'll put you there. And you get it, and you need to understand that. Look at Joe Metto. If you're doing a contemporary concert, Joe Metto is arguably top 5 artists in Ghana.
That's true.
Top 5.
That's really true.
It's not even arguably. It's not debatable. Aside the 3 S's. Joe Metto is in there. Even Joe Metto has a certain. Joe Metto controls the whole gospel industry. When we say control, we're not saying that he's the god of it. I'm saying that like he's influential. He's put us on the map. He's done so many things that he's our darling boy. He's our poster man. You get what I'm trying to say? And the gospel industry is bigger than any industry in the country. But a lot of people think it's the secular industry that's big. How many churches do we have in Ghana? A lot. Gospel music is Christianity. So definitely the Christians are more than that. So when we are talking about impact, arguably Joe Metto is actually number 1. If you can argue.
People say,
oh no, that's
Christian says the method they do only Presbyterian.
That's not true. Joe Metto is a worship leader. So
that was just by the way. I wanted to be real with me on this question. Who was your best performer for the night? Best performer.
Am I allowed to choose?
You are not part of it.
Okay, so honorable mention.
You know the part. You know the part. Okay, just give me your 3 best 3 performances for the night.
It's very difficult. Okay, so I'm going to choose. Everything I'm going to choose is going to be objective, but there'll be 1 or 2, 3 preferences in there. I love Jay Shady. He was impeccable. Jay Shady showed his vocal prowess.
Big shout outs to Jay Shady.
Mr. Kofi Otri, that's his name. Jay Shady is the old
Jay Shady.
So he had a crazy administration.
Okay, second.
I'll go for Kinskid. He was the last administration of the day. Kinskid did a little preaching. He did a little preaching. Everything he said was profound. I was on stage with him. I like this performance too. I like this performance because of the preaching or the word he gave, the exhortation he gave before the execution.
Lastly,
now I'm going to the last day. I'm going to join them. As of now, I'm not going to mention it. I'm going to join them. I like Eddie C's administration. The energy was different. I think he removed his shirt.
Yeah. That guy is crazy, man.
It's different. I liked it. Esaias too did great. What's the name? Kevin P. White started the show with energy. Joe King was also impeccable. Who else? So many artists, so many people did great. So many people really did great. Their performances were very good.
So, what has been the feedback after the concert?
So far it's been amazing. Like almost everybody.
But which comment have you seen on social media to talk about feedback that has really touched you or has made you smile? Like you see, I be like, Charlie, this one be a good one.
Yeah. So many gospel bloggers, so many gospel artists have contacted us behind closed doors to tell us that what we did was crazy and we will not see the impact of it right now. We're going to see it in the future. One of the things that was said by Mr. Joe, the owner of CJ TV, he said like, we will not see whatever thing we've done right now. In the future, we will see and everything will point. Everybody will bear witness that it was because of this. So he said something very profound there and it opened my mind that what God said he was going to do. The show was bigger than we knew it was going to be a big show. It was bigger than what we were trying to do. But each and every day, God made us realize that what I'm showing to you, I'm going to show you just a bit of it. But on the day and after, you'll see the full manifestation of it. So many people have seen the full manifestation of it, and I like that feedback.
So what are lovers of urban gospel in Ghana people to expect in the future? Continuity. What do you have like in mind right now to do for urban gospel as a whole, like you did for the virtual concert? So we if you notice during the concert we created a Ghana Urban Gospel page. So Twitter Ghana Urban Gospel, Instagram Ghana Urban Gospel, Facebook Ghana Urban Gospel. What we are trying to do is we are trying to make the community official. We push everybody, no favoritism, no this, that. That page is solely for urban gospel. Whether young or old. So long as you are working hard, you drop a good song, good video content, we are pushing it there. We even have a YouTube page where we push urban gospel to the world. So we are trying to push everything about. We are trying to continue what we started. Because think about it, if we all came together to do something beautiful, and now we are going back to individual things, and we don't come together again. Then what was the news? We are going back to
to it again. But if we continue to push what we started, every event we are pushing each and everybody. I've seen that yesterday, for example, the day after the event, DJ Pascal, live had his own show, and everybody was flying the flyer.
I saw that.
And for me, it was beautiful. I've seen everybody flying the flyer around for Jay Shady's concert. I've seen that right now, like then people are engaging with each other. And I saw you post a video of the artists dancing there.
Yeah.
I was there. It's like they intentionally waited. Whenever I went out, they took pictures, they took videos and stuff. And it was beautiful. Like it was beautiful to see. We're linking up, and we need to continue that. And so people.
Before you go, I would like you to tell. Like I know there are people watching us out there who who are now in love with urban gospel. Where can they get urban gospel songs now?
Go to repjesus.com. Go to urbangospelblog.com. These are two main powerhouses. Whooping Board. Thank you, Ozzy Morendez. He designed all the flyers and the montage, everything concerning the Ghana Urban Gospel.
Big shout outs to Ozzy Morendez.
Whoopingboard.com. Whoopingboard.com.
Bro, your last word before you go.
Thank you to everybody.
If you have any shout outs, give it out.
Thank you to everybody. Shout outs to Rescues, shout outs to Teddy OT, Pascal, V-Bucks,
thank you.
Fix, shout outs to Church Boy, shout outs to CJ Multimedia, CJ TV, shout out to Mr. Joe and the whole team, Charlie. You guys, without you, wouldn't have been able to do this. I want to thank all the urban gospel artists that were on the show, Kingscape, Preachers, even Jay Smoke wasn't there, but he was working behind closed doors. All the urban gospel artists, the young, the old, God bless you. I want to thank all the media houses that give us platforms to come and talk about the event on their platforms. Thank you to Praise TV, Minister Dennis of Praise TV, and God's Family Music Ministry. Thank you to you guys. Precious TV. Thank you very much. Shout out to Precious TV. You transmitted the show live, you telecasted it live. God bless you. Powerline TV. Yes, Powerline TV is associated with Royal House Chapel, Reverend Sam Kanchankra. God bless you guys. Decoder TV also came on board. Openboard.com. Basically, every media house in Urban Gospel, every media house that helped us promote the show. God bless you. All the artists, everybody that donated, sold some seed to help us make this a success. God bless you. All the TV stations, everybody. Thank you very much. Challenge. The people plenty, so challenge.
Okay, thank you for watching this video. These are the ones and twos. What went on with the planning, as in talk about the planning of urban gospel virtual concert. Okay, so in my next posting, I'll bring you all the performances and administration by other artists. Before then, subscribe my channel. Let's make it big. Thank you for watching.
Don't be so.
Don't be so.
Don't be so. Don't be so.
Don't be so.